She guaranteed Irish or classic hits, lumps and Megan Scully. Absolutely delighted to be joined by this lady, Nell Mescal. How are you?
Good, how are you?
So good, thank you. Now we have to let our listeners and viewers know that we had to work around your school schedule because you're still in secondary school.
Yeah, I literally just came home about an hour ago, so yeah, very much still in school.
What year are you in? Are you fifth year or leaving cert?
Yeah, fifth year.
Wow. How I have to ask, how has it been going back to school now since you've been out of school now? What, since March?
Yeah, since March. It's a bit weird. It's like weird everyone with the mask on, but I suppose that's exactly how it needs to be done and to keep us in there for as long as possible. So yeah, no, it's good. It's good seeing everyone back and being able to talk to all my friends and stuff actually in person all the time.
I think that's one thing I did notice is a lot of people, even like every age group, school age from 5 up to like 18. It's like I'm just so happy to see everyone again. I think that was the main thing.
Yeah,
Everyone just missed their friends so much.
yeah, exactly.
Now we have to take it back. It was back in, I checked my emails actually. It was February when we were first chatting. And I remember back then it was kind of the start of everything. And I was like, oh, we'll chat in a few weeks. And then suddenly we got put into lockdown. And I think I said to you at the time, I was like, oh, it'll just be a couple of weeks and I'll be able to get you on this show. But sure, look, here we are a couple of months later, but we're finally getting to chat. And back then it was Crash, I think, that you brought out.
Yeah, Crash was my first single. I think it was close to the end of February. So yeah, it's a long time. It feels like a long time since then.
I know the time has kind of gone really fast, but really slow as well.
Yeah, I know. It's a bit mad because like I I released both my songs at the start of like lockdown or like in the middle of lockdown. So it literally feels like since we're back and it just feels like it's been like years. It feels so long.
So as I said, you are only 17 years of age. So bring us back to like your early music. Like, were you one of these children, or like you were just born singing, or how did it all come about?
Yeah, I think there's like a load of stories of me just like singing like for my lunch. Like I'd literally be like, "Can I have a ham sandwich?" Like I'd literally sing like all the time. And even if I was put on the like bold step where I'd be sitting at the stairs, one time my aunt said she came in and I was like singing, I think it was Mary Shaping Carpenter, like blaring "Shut Up and Kiss Me," singing it even though I was like on the naughty step on the stairs. But yeah, I think singing has always just been one of the biggest parts of my life. So yeah, I've grew up singing.
And talk to us about then about bringing out your first single. Like, how did it all come about?
Yeah, so I started writing music when I was like 13, but then one Christmas I got like a voucher for to be able to record a few songs.
Wow.
So I started writing a bit more, and then I went into the studio, recorded them, and I was originally going to release an EP. And then after some thought, I said I'll release it kind of single by single and see how it goes. And it was kind of, I knew singing was what I wanted to do forever, but I kind of just did it for fun. Like, even though I knew it was what I was going to be doing forever, it was kind of just like, I'm just releasing it to my friends and whoever my mum's friends are and whoever's on Facebook. So yeah, so I started recording and then got it produced by Johnny Leader, who's amazing. And then that was kind of it. It was just then deciding which one I wanted to release first and second and so on.
And Deja Vu, of course, is the follow-up. I was listening to that before we had our chat, and I just have to say your voice is just incredible. I've listened to quite a few of your covers as well. I've been going through your videos and I'm like, wow, you just have such a beautiful sound.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Chat to us so about Deja Vu.
Yeah, so Deja Vu was, I think I wrote Deja Vu before Crash. Yeah, I did. Crash was kind of, when we went into recording, it was like one of the very last I did. But Deja Vu was kind of, I was like 14 going on 15 when I wrote it. So like it's a very, like from where I am now, totally different to kind of who I am now. But it was like, I think I wrote about a time that was so like crucial in my life. And it's kind of, it's interesting seeing kind of like, for like I'm 17 now, so it doesn't seem that long ago, but then it also seems like years and years and years. Like it was, I kind of just wrote how I was feeling at the time, and looking back at it now, it's really cool to see like, oh, I've come a long way from where I was when I was 14, and the music still is really good. So it's kind of nice knowing that the music I've put out I really love, and other people seem to really love, compared to like the new stuff now, which no one has heard, but I'm so in love with as well. So yeah, Deja Vu was like, when I look back on it, it feels so long ago to when I wrote it. But yeah, I love how it turned out, and people seem to like it, so it's amazing.
Now, I suppose a lot of people who were in secondary school during lockdown were probably probably like just were doing a few lessons here and there, and then maybe had the summer off. Did you spend a lot of the time in lockdown like just writing and kind of, you know, doing more, like was it just constant music for you, or did you like, or how was it for you?
Yeah, I think because I was talking to a lot of people, and some people found it really difficult to stay creative during lockdown. But for me, I wrote a lot of music, and it was kind of nice because I was changing how I wrote, which was cool. Just different like ways I wrote and how I kind of wanted the music to be heard and sounding. So yeah, I managed to write a lot, which was really nice, and music that I'm really really excited about. So it was cool transitioning from like alt pop to now a bit like on the indie side of pop, which is really fun.
And how's everyone's school been seeing it? Because you know you were obviously not doing all this writing, releasing music, and then now you're back into school, it's back in study, and like are your friends all really supportive, or like, you know, what's it been like?
I think I have some of the best friends, and I think it's everyone always says it, but I do definitely have the nicest group of friends, and they've just been so supportive and also like keeping me grounded every day. So which is great. But yeah, no, I have the best friends ever, so I can't complain at all.
And that's brilliant. And speaking of like bringing out more music, you said you've some more stuff there. What, well, like when can we expect something again, or like, or have you found now since school has started back that suddenly like, you know, you know, it's harder to have time, or have you got a deadline for everything?
It's a little bit harder to kind of sort everything, but I can't give away too much. But something is coming very, very soon, which I'm so excited about.
I can't wait. And as I said, like on your Instagram as well, you're always sharing covers there, and I was listening to loads of them, and I think they're brilliant. And I think we can't not mention your very talented family. I mean, your brother, of course, is Paul Mescal, who we're all seeing everywhere. I have to say, what a 2020 that man has had. But I saw that video where the two of you sat down together and sang "We Are Villagers," and it was just, I actually had goosebumps all over, like listening to it. It was just amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, I think me and Paul, and we always kind of sit down whenever he's home and we're together. We sit down and sing at the piano. So I think a lot of people were like, "Oh my God, this is huge," and I was like, "No, it's just like what we always do." So it was fun to be able to do something like that because we did a cover. I think in 2017, it's like the third one on my page, so it was a while ago now. But we did a Dermot Kennedy cover, so like it's something we just always do. We were always singing. So yeah, the response to it was a bit mad. We were both kind of just sitting there like, okay, like this is kind of blowing up. But yeah, it was cool to see everyone's responses and stuff like that.
And then, of course, he went on to perform with Dermot Kennedy over in London.
I know. I'm so jealous. We don't talk about it. I'm so jealous. Yeah, that was pretty cool because I think himself and Donica, my other brother Donica, they both. Well, I think it was Donica actually. Donica put us on Dermot Kennedy like originally. So the first song we ever heard from Dermot Kennedy was "An Evening I Will Not Forget."
Yeah.
So it was full circle when we kind of had recorded that, and then he was going on to sing with like one of my idols and someone we always listen to. So it was really really cool.
Well, he owes you one now because, you know, if he got in stage with Dermot, you'll have to get you one back.
I know.
Nell, where can, for those who aren't already following you on social media, where can we find you?
I think I'm Nell Mescal on everything, on Instagram and Twitter. I don't really use anything else, and I'm very bad at Twitter. My Twitter game is awful. I can't tweet. I mean, it's always just new song out. Okay, bye. But yeah, but I'm mostly on Instagram at Nell Mescal.
Brilliant. Well, you know, on Twitter, actually, I find as well, sometimes I just throw out tweets. You don't really have to think too much about it. Whereas I suppose with Instagram, we're a bit more like calculated in what we're putting into the bio, etc.
Yeah, I'm told I'm not funny enough for Twitter, so I stay away from it. I can't. I'm not witty enough, so it is just Instagram.
It's funny you say that because I look at people's tweets and I'm like, they are so funny, and I'm like, I wish I just had that like little bit of wittiness, or that, or I find sometimes I'll tweet something and I'll think it's hilarious, and then it'll get absolutely zero interaction. I'm like, okay, that obviously wasn't funny at all.
That's usually how half my jokes go in real life, so it's okay.
I have to say, Nell, it's an absolute pleasure chatting to you. I know you said there's something coming soon, so we're going to keep an eye on Nell Mescal all across Instagram and Twitter, of course, and make sure you share them all there as well. And we can't wait to hear what's next from you as well. And I can't believe it's like you're in school as well, and fair play to you because you're doing it all right now and you're absolutely killing it. And as I said, incredible sound as well.
Thank you so so much.
Nell Mescal, Carmina Milmagat.
Come on, good.